So what's a proxy? We're going to talk about proxies today. What's a proxy? What's a forward proxy? And what's a reverse proxy? So we're going to look at each one of these types of proxy setups and examine the reasons why you would use one or the other. Now let's look at an example. So let's say you work for a particular company, right? Company A. Let's just call this Company A. In Company A, within its network, you have staff and their devices, their machines behind or within their network. A common setup at companies is all communication to the outside world or all communication outside the network of the company passes through a proxy. So you cannot communicate with the outside world directly from within the company network unless traffic passes through the company's proxy. And they will do this because they need to filter traffic, they need to do it for security reasons, and they need to make sure that certain websites are not allowed. Now, in this example, let's say staff A requests for a website abc.com. Types that in, the request comes to this proxy server. The proxy server checks and sees that abc.com is an allowed site. It now passes this connection over the internet. Now, abc.com could be at a particular IP address, right? So let's just say, for example, that's the IP address. So it's looking for ABC and it finds it. When it gets to ABC, abc.com has a particular load balancer setup. So they're using a reverse proxy. What that simply means is that the connection terminates at a particular machine. And this is the proxy machine for abc.com, which listens at this IP address. Because of how this particular website is set up, they have a group of servers which handle requests. So they will have multiple servers that handle requests. So staff A has typed abc.com, it has resolved, that is passing through. So staff A makes a request to abc.com, it passes through the proxy within the company's network, goes over the internet, hits the server, which is the load balancer that has a reverse proxy setup with the actual servers that handle the request. This is in the network of abc.com. So when that request comes from staff A over the internet, it checks, because this is a reverse proxy and also a load balancer, it looks for the server that is available and hands off the request to that particular server. The server handles the request and sends the response back. The proxy server forwards it back over the internet to the proxy server within company A, and that gets back to the staff A's system, and the website now loads. So as long as staff A is concerned, they just typed in abc.com and they had the website load. But what happened was everything that I just explained. Between these two proxies, this proxy just knows that it has passed it over the internet and the request is being handled by this server, which is a proxy server as well. But because it has a group of servers behind it, it acts as a load balancer. So it distributes load. The particular machine that actually handled the requests from this network of company A is unknown to it. All it knows, the request came to this particular server and it got a response back. So here we have the forward proxy going on, while here this is a reverse proxy setup. And this is how the internet is configured all over the place. So many ways of so many setups are similar to this, and it happens all the time. So the advantages for doing it here it's for load balancing, protecting the identity of these resources, and for handling traffic, while here it's protecting the client machines from any danger on the internet so that all communication passes through this particular server, and this proxy server in this forward proxy setup is enforcing several policies. So if it's not an allowed site, maybe xxx.xyz, you find out that that request would not go through. It will block, right? So it won't allow it to make that request. But if this machine is outside the network, then there's a fair chance that it can request any kind of website it wants to reach. abc.com, on the other hand, can add more servers at any point in time that they want without affecting the service. Or if servers go down, as long as there's a server to handle it and able to take the traffic, the outside world doesn't know. So this is a simple example of forward proxy and reverse proxies. If you're interested in learning about data modeling, please check out the video on your screen.